Welcome. It is September 2nd, Thursday. I'm John Zidar, and on behalf of PB Alerts, giving you the alerts you want, but the training that you need, these are my Momo plays. Now, I've done something different here. I've cut them in half. I have now two videos, one in the morning. This is when we cover the stocks that we looked at last night so that we could play them this morning. As soon as they're done by 10 in the morning, I start to work on the video so it's out right about noon. And you can see what our stocks did. Then after the bell, right now, I cover a new search to find new stocks that we can play tomorrow. Now, what kind of stocks is it I am looking for? I'm looking for surgers. I'm looking for stocks that had growth potential and momentum. Momo. I want them going up and I want them strong because the bell is what stopped them. So I expect the bell to let them loose and continue on. So that's what we're looking for. So let's jump into the charts and see what we got going. So here we are at Think or Swim. This is a free trading platform that comes from TD Ameritrade. All you have to do is sign up with them, absolutely free, and you can get it too. It does so much, really is a big tool. And this is about $100, $200, $300 anywhere else a month. All right. What I've got here are three examples of what it is we are looking for. We've got three charts here, and each one of them shows the same thing. Lots of blue at the end of the day. The volume is strong. We have strong green growth on all three of them. The tsunamis. We've got big blue waves going up. Now, the green may be different, but it always shows the green. And the RSI is up over 70. 70 is red, that's fire, that's activity. It's gauging how fast the price is moving, how many trades are coming in. This is when you get quick motion and momentum, and that's what we're looking for, momentum plays. All right, now we're going to look for stocks that look like this. We're going to go through 4,000 of them, and I want green up at the top, big blue in the middle, all this blue volume and the blue wave, and I want fire up here in this little corner right there. So much so that I am going to right over here, see there? Yep, I'm going to magnify it into that corner so that you can see it. All right, let's get everything set up then. All right, all set up for you. What I've done is we've got 001 to 50 cents for our search. That is probably good for me because I like 001 because when it hits 002, which just is that much of a move, is double my investment. So I really like it down there. But we've also got 50 cents here, and that will help those of you who prefer dealing with full pennies. What this actually does, it's quite convenient. I have to look at searches at 2,000 stocks at a time. And to cover the whole alphabet, it goes ascending, A down, and Z up. So I found that doing this search, I get both of them coming and they meet right about in the middle. So I pretty much cover the whole alphabet here. We do a search from volume. I am going to look at every single one of these. I've got a quick click button here, and I am just going to zoom down. Now, as I'm doing this, we are looking for the green up against the wall. We are looking for the tsunami coming up the hill, and we're looking for the fire boiling it underneath. And over this little corner right here, let me get this down. There we go, on top of that yellow line. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this or anything above that yellow line. But anywhere over here is normally where we're going to find it. And now you can see it over there in, let me see, over there in the magnification a lot better than I can. So you can watch it, and that is my primary thing. I can have all the green in the world up here, and I can have all the tsunami, but if I ain't got any fire, it means it's over. The fire went out, and the food is done cooking. So it's not going to be any more popcorn popping in that pan, so I move on. So I'm just going to start popping down through here and letting my eyes try to catch something. That looks good. What is that? That's the one we just used as an example. And you can see why, right? It has lots of volume, lots of growth. We did have one pop here. It held its ground after going this high and only landing back is good. The MACD is beautiful. Can't ask for anything more. And we have fire. So that is definitely going on the list. Now, this company, I happen to know what it's about. This is an educational training company that uses simulators to train. And they have got lots of contracts with Fortune 500 companies, Tesla, IBM. Geez, I can't even think of them all. There's got to be 30 or 40 of them. And they do crane training. They do construction training. And they are looking to be growing big. And they just completed a merger with another company who's just as strong as they are in big and doing just as much business. And the two are a perfect mesh for each other. I can't remember the name of the company they merged with, but they just solidified it today, as a matter of fact. So this company is dealing, you know somebody by the friends they keep. This company is dealing with Tesla. I'm telling you, they've got some big names that they're doing big corporation training with, and it's making them some money. And it's going to show up in their next revenues. So we've got that up there. All right, back here to Swarm. Swarm got close. That's up to 6. All right, I want to look at Swarm. It is at 64. We do have a good strong push there. MACD is not as strong as I want it, so we're going to fly on by. I want these to jump out at me, folks. I've said this before. It should just be something you go, ooh, ah. Somebody walks in the room and you stop drinking. You take a deep breath. You hold your breath. That's what I want. That caught my attention, but I'm not holding my breath. Oh, that's close. That's close. And it was going flat all day. Now, it has a tendency of flat. I'm not real crazy about that. And I don't see a lot of big drops in the morning. Although, that's a big jump, isn't it? Yeah, that went from 6.9 to 8.6. Okay, let's take a look. That's a nice jump. All right, so we do see that she was going sideways on her RSI the entire day, even dipping a little bit. And then took off like she crouched to make a jump. And she came all the way down under the signal line, and right on the signal line, she decided to do a crossover. Solid power move. If I could hear applause in the background, I would. We got good volume here on the last 2 bars, which is what I like to look at, and 2 solid jumps. Another grand thing to look at is that she has jumped over on top of the 200 SMI. Now, this was probably, let's take a big picture over here. Let me get the number the right same so we get the same picture. There we go. Now, I don't want this on a minute. I'm going to come back to 15 minutes. All right, 15 minutes. She was coming on a downhill. You can see that 200 is starting to swoop back up. It's starting to make recovery. Look how many days it was under the signal line. Today, it came up and it fought to go sideways. Now, this may have another big jump. This jump from 0069 to, well, its high hit 0087. You're talking about, what is that, a 50% jump? 50% jump right there. And you've got all of the SMAs here going the right direction. This is bouncing off the 20. This is really looking good, folks. Yes, this is looking good. We're going to take LTNC and throw it up there as well. Liking that. All right, coming down to Phil. Phil has a lot of people following her. No. Jump. Now, we get into these plays after the bell for the most part. Now, I've been thinking, and you may have heard me say this yesterday, I think it is wise that we tweak the play a little bit. Take the first minute and study what you see. Don't rush. Don't make a 10-second decision, which is what I've been doing, folks. That's at 60. Starting to come up. I don't like that crossover there. Let's see what the 15-minute looks like. It looks like it wants to push down. Well, on the 15-minute, that's MJNA again. Right, we had played this the other day. We sure did. Well, she's got some MACD going. This really isn't a basement. Yeah, you're right. I heard that. It's not jumping out. I gotcha. If you got to go looking for it, moving things to see it, nah. Okay, so like I said, take that first minute to gauge the market. Look at charts. Don't just look at the percentages. Look at the charts as well and take a gauge and see. You know, if you see that it's taken a dip, look down here and see if things look like they're turning. That first minute, we have seen numerous, I've got to say like 8 out of 10 of our stocks have dropped right at from even from open. They wouldn't even show up on our list. But if you wait the first minute and get these charts up, you see it drop and then it bounces back. Talk about a great price. But I don't normally buy in on a bounce down until I have 2 confirmations that it's returning up. I want to see 2 ups before I buy in if it just came down. I want to know it's done dropping. And that gives you a chance to catch some of these bouncers, because even the bouncers are doing fine up until 10 in the morning. But you can definitely, this looks like a good recovery coming in right here. That 200 is swooping around. Again, she's been under the signal line, and it looks like she's just coming up top, and it looks like she's making a move here on the RSI. That is TPTW. There's CAX. That was the one we had on our list the other day. Come on, red. Boy, not seeing a bunch of red anywhere. Gonna have to speed up here because we're falling behind. Are we? We're down to 8 million shares. What did we start off at here? We started off at 450 million shares. This was a very slow day, folks. I went and looked. Matter of fact, take a look right now. You see that? Right. This, oh, you don't know what you're looking at. Okay. You see that trades 372,000 on a slow day. That is at about 500,000. That makes today real slow. The full share volume count is at 19 billion on a slow day. That is high 20s, low 30s. We are very low. The funny thing is that the dollar volume, $2.5 billion, that's pretty much the same. That rarely ever changes. However many trades and shares we do, it's always about the same amount of money. Kind of weird. All right, back to our search. I had to take a break from my eyes, folks. See, now that was climbing nice and took a dip just at the end of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's climbing with just a dip. And look, it has them. Every now and then you can almost put it an inch, an inch, an inch, an inch. That's just one of those dips. Bing, bing, bing. You can see these are getting higher and higher and higher. This looks like a good strong one. OREAF. Don't know anything about these tickers. Be sure to do your DD. We're giving you a heads up. Yeah, it looks like it's coming down on a low, but on a stock that's growing every single day like that, that becomes a buy opportunity right there. All right, back to our search. Where's the red? Anybody remember that? What? Come on, we got to have somebody out there my age. This lady. Where's the beef? All right, see, I knew some of you remembered it vaguely, right? Boy, look, folks, this is what happens on a slow day. There are normally lots and lots of stocks that are doing something. We're not hitting anything. Okay, that one's got something going on for it. Get back up there. All right, that's got something going for it. It was down here, boom, at a low. Obviously, it was going sideways all day. Who knows what happened, but it pushed it all the way down to the floor. It got up on its knees, then it bent up, and it stood up, and it jumped up. And all of that in a very short time span. And you can see the RSI from the time it went through the basement floor into the dirt, it decided it was getting revenge and is flowing up to 67 RSI. That's pretty impressive. I want to see a bigger picture here. All right, that's 5 days. Let's take a look at 20 days. All right, so she was doing nothing. Obviously had some news come in, helped her real strong. Pushed to a high, come down, and right about here would be about 50%. Why do I say 50%? When you start the bottom of the surge to the top to the bottom, find the middle. The middle is a perfect average, right? The middle of anything is a perfect average. And the algorithms on the stock market work on perfect averages. So I always find the top and the bottom of a surge, even in the middle of a day, a strong bar. Draw a line in the middle and draw it out. And leave it there, because I'll tell you what, 2 weeks, 2 months from now, if the price gets around that, it will act like a magnet. And look, this has hung on to that 50% mark. Now I got a general rule, you got to put something down there. If it stays above the 50%, it's a strong. Now it can hang on like a monkey underneath. As long as it's hanging on to that 50% mark, I consider it strong. Everything overshoots and then settles. And when it falls down too fast, it normally comes back up 50%. So if it goes below this, I consider it a weak stock. And I look for those dips to see if it's going to fall. And if it is, I would be getting out if I was in this. All right, so this looks like it may just be hanging on to the 50, looking at it from this perspective. It doesn't look like it may do a heavy surge. We've got a 200 SMA pushing it down. And this is on an hourly. Lots of people look at the hourly. That's what makes the stock market work. We all look at the same charts at the same time and see it approaching that signal, so we all jump at the signal like a green light with our cars. We all see it, we all move. That's why things happen at the same time, the same way, because we're looking at the same charts using the same signals. All right, coming back here. Really do want to find some red. You'd be amazed how tightly I have to focus my eyes back and forth from this little itty bitty tiny 2 to that little itty bitty tiny square right there. Okay, this had some power. Now where are we at? We're down to 3 million shares. So you're not going to see a lot of bars. You're going to see a lot of lines. One sale, one sale, one sale, one sale. Or purchase. I don't know which it is. They don't color them. But that's all we got going here. That's popcorn. And I don't like popcorn volume, because in a moment it could be going up, 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 and somebody decide that they want to sell, and it just falls too quickly. But this does have a strong growth from a very low spot under the MACD signal line to quite a high spot over the top. I mean, you can see it hasn't had that kind of movement before. That is a very strong surge of growth. You had a big push here, which was downforce. You can see it was a sale. Hardly anything in here. Little volume, just a couple of sales, and then at the end of the day. And for all we know, let me see how many. That was that was 2 million shares there, and that was a 1.2 million, and the fall was 1.9 million, and this did 3.8 million. So right there, folks. Look, that is 2 million shares. It only did 3.8 million shares. It did half of all its volume at the end of the day. The full day's volume, it was done at the end of the day. Whoa, no wonder that's a power push. I mean, should it go on the list? Out of curiosity, I'd like to see what this thing's going to do. Okay, out of curiosity. You don't have to follow this, folks, but I'm going to follow that one, because that's a very strong, half the volume in 1 5-minute play. That's wild. Okay. We still haven't found any red. Not anything besides what? PBYA, I think, was the only one we actually found. All right, I'm going to stop, folks. That's 3 million. So I'm going to come up here and get the other half of this list. All right, so now we've got the ascending on. We're starting at the top of the alphabet, still using the highest volume, clicking them all as we go down. Okay, let me get my eyes focused here. Don't see anything coming up. This has been like a full week, and I'm hoping that the sentiment changes. I saw that the big markets today did very well. Did some good jumping. We had some good reports come out today. Jobless report was very good. Look at that drop. Wow. Think there'll be a recovery there? That is IPSI. You may want to check something there. This could be an overreaction. Like sometimes they miss a a projection on financials by 5% and the stock falls 30%, that'll fix itself. So you buy it because, well, people just overreacted. Ooh, that almost hit. It fell down. You can see there. Bing, right at the end. Now let's see. However, I just want to see if it was a high bubble. Nope, not a high bubble. High bubbles, I expect a pullback. So that would be normal. And normal, I can predict. Even if it's a pullback, at least I know what's happening. And a lot of pullbacks, that's just how they are. A hesitation in momentum. And they take off again. Oh, rats. Yeah, I see some here that are showing, oh, that's horrible. Showing some potential. And look at the chart patterns, folks. As I'm going through these, I know I'm going fast, but you can freeze frame anytime you want. You see some good growth. If you see something starting down here in the bottom corner and it's going up, well, this is 5 days. So if you see 5 days of growth, you may want to consider this. You don't have to be homies with this company or the stock to buy into it. You just want a stock you know is going to continue to rise. And let me tell you, slow, steady growth is the best growth. Put your money in a grow play that's just steady growing, and then go play. Let something make money for you while you might make a mistake over here. Okay, so like I said, there's lots to look at these charts. So when I'm flying by them, chances are you don't get a chance to go through as many charts as I do. How about that one? Boy, see, looking here, you wouldn't see it. But look right there. See, you guys could see that easier than me. I almost missed that. And this is barely even noticeable. So let's come in on that. That's got my interest. Okay. This is another one of those. All right, at least there's a strong volume, which is very interesting. Aftermarket. Aftermarket is normally very small. So what do we have here? 4 million shares. What was this price? This is just under a penny at 008. 4 million shares. So that's, I can't do the math real quick there, but it's a nice chunk of cash. Let's see, the company, Friendable Inc. And I just want to get a big picture here because it's a bit curious. 1 hour, so that gives us 20 days right there. So we had a big incline and a drop. Big incline, drop, hit a low bubble. So what, I see a lot of volume here. More volume than we had back here. Maybe not as high, but definitely more of it. But everything looks negative. I mean, it looks like recovery. It does look like recovery. This is one of those things you can put on your watch list, and if it looks to be recovering, you may want to get into it. Yeah, and you know, this is one of my favorite plays, honestly. You see that price, 008? When it right now is a great price. When it gets to a penny 6, you've doubled your money. A penny 6. If you bought it at a penny, if you wait for confirmation and this goes up, it hits a penny, you say, oh man, he's right, it's going up. Well, then you buy it at a penny, and when it hits 2 pennies, you've doubled all your money. Why wait till it hits 3 cents and have to go all the way to 6 cents to double your money, right? So any chance you get to buy around the penny, a double penny, 001, do it. Quick cash is around the corner. So that one is FDBL, if anybody is interested in that. I'm not going to throw it on the list. You know, this is going to be another curiosity because it shows so much power. Now, what do I really think it's going to do? I think it's probably going to fall right back down to here. The only thing that it's got going for it that I can see is that 200. That 200 is coming down and it's starting to swoop back up. And that may come into play. All right, back to our search. Did I throw that up there? I did. And that's our first red. All the rest have been green. All the rest have ended on gains that we have looked and found setups in. Don't get many in the red, but that's maybe par for the course, but obviously they are there. Ooh, that one started to recover, which is what it is doing, but that 200 does not look good. All right, we're down to 26 million at the bottom of this page. There's only one more page to go. Okay, let's bring her on up. ILST, right. It's showing signs of strength. It came down very hard and is swooping back up. It's got just this much speed on the other side. The RSI is very low, well, for our standards, 56, but it's been climbing. And if it continues what we see here, this could do a nice bump. And its high has just been about 10 days ago at a penny. And it's at 007 right now. Okay. Looking. There's another one that started growing and is showing. See, there's a lot more green in that than this. These are little itty bitty bars. These are bigger bars. Lots of red, lots of green. You can see the temperature change there. This is all below the signal line. This is all above the signal line. So this has signs of growing. Another one of those stocks, LGBS. Asti. Herb. Funny. Oh, that's not herb. Good, good. No, that's APRU. That's Apple Rush. Apple Rush is a drink. They've also made Hard Rush, which it sounds what it is. It's a hard drink. This company has been doing well. I think they just merged or did a joint venture, another joint venture with another company. And here you go. There's your cause. I mean, I can't tell you why it fell, but there you can see. All right, that's got to be probably right back here. And it has been falling ever since February. Actually, that's March. Very interesting. It's been falling since March very hard. Is now starting to do a recovery. Is at 006. Like I said, that penny is a great place to buy, but even cheaper is better. By a penny two, you would have doubled your money. And they start to pick up momentum when they get close to the penny. So let's come back again and look at that low bubble, because I think that is what... See, this is the low. It's been way back there. I mean, it's been a long time. If I draw a line here, folks, that is all the way back at the beginning of January. It hasn't been this low since January, and it's not a startup company. So, come back in on that. You can see that the reason that did what it did is because of the low bubble. That low bubble came up, and people started buying it. When a company has value, a low bubble is a for sale sign. If you see a low bubble go by and there was no action, probably not all that good of a deal. It's still on the shelf. But this started to be bought, and maybe there was news today, but you can see that upswing, folks. That's on the hour. It did take a dump right there. It is testing the 20. Now, everything looks really strong. I mean, I'm not saying at this very moment, but for a rebound, there could be a bounce off of this 20. Let's just take a look at the 15 just real quick. It is a strong breakaway, and our 200 just started to dip down. No, I'd stay away from this. APRU is a good growth stock, but it's going to come down for a while, and I think it'll probably come down somewhere about there. Just a quick overview, somewhere about there. All right, that'll still be there tomorrow when we come through. Herb. GGI. All right, let's just mosey on through here. 63. We got one here. You can see the 200 is on a swoop up, although it looks like she's trying to arch over. This push up can pull it right back up. It can pull it right back up. The 10, now that's the interesting part here, folks, and that's what happened. This is a perfect example. This is FERN. Now, right about here, you can see the price just started going sideways. It obviously had some growth today. Started climbing, and then went sideways. It was waiting for the 200. As soon as that hit that bottom 200, there was a breakthrough, a little bit of a battle, a quibble, and it looks as though she's going to bounce off. And that's what normally happens. The 10 will stay at the top, waiting for the 200. Instead of the price coming down, because the 10 and the 200 get too far apart, they need to come back together every now and then. So this is a perfect bounce setup. Perfect bounce. The two came together, hit heads. You even got the 20 in the mix. Great. You got all three of them. And that is a point of decisiveness, and it made its decision. And it happened at the end of the day. We can see the volume was kicking up. The MACD was kicking up, the RSI. This one definitely goes on the list. So we're counting this as a recovery. It looks like it's losing the battle here, but I think that this is going to make the difference. The convergence of all of these together with the volume push at the end is going to give it that ricochet like a frisbee off the cement. Okay, I'm happy with FERN. I used to own it, don't own it anymore. Inc. This is a great company you may want to consider. They've just discovered a new sound, a sound you have never heard of before. Never. And they are getting it in everything. They think it's going to be the hottest thing since sliced bread. And this is something they say when you listen to your favorite song, it's going to be like you've listened to it for the very first time. Go back again. Was that CBD? There we go again, man. CBD. This is CBD of Denver. They're always jumping. This company in Denver is selling CBDs. They've got a strong push up here. You can see that the 10 made a mighty strong change here. It's been underneath everything in the wrong place. The 20's in the right place. The 200's in the right place, but the 10 is out of place. And it's been trying to get through, and it just broke through with vengeance. And it is pushed. It has pushed. Let's get a bigger look on that. Swoop, swoop. It looks as though like this would have come further down here. It's almost like it got an attitude and said, the heck, I'm going that far down. No. And it just broke. It broke right there. Very decisive. I like this. I like decisive moves. I'm throwing CBD up there. Interesting. All right. What are we down to? 13 million shares. So we've got just a wee bit further to go before we run out of viable considerations. IUS. I see we've lapped just a little bit because that's ILUS. Do we have ILUS up there? No, we don't. Let's take a look at that one. Why isn't that up there? We're at 64 RSI. MACD is strong. Volume is petered off a little bit. We do have some release here. Not enough volume on that last play. It's like a few buyers with high prices push this up, which means there may not be a lot of interest. However, it was held up with a little interest afterwards. What's the big picture look like? Well, that's only 5 days. Let's give it 20 days, see what we're looking at. So we had, maybe 10 days of growth, some sideways here. The 200 looks like it's at a decisive moment right now. Hinting to come down, but it's a balance right there. It could easily be tipped. And it looks like the technicals want to tip it. Now, the RSI is not involved. It's asleep. 50 is just doing nothing. And it's trying to have a crossover. So I'm not going to put this on our list. It doesn't look to have the right setup. I don't like the low volume on the high bar. This is okay. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw it up there, folks. We're not going to probably go through all of these. I hate a long list. Shorter lists make me feel better. Okay, back to here. Let's pull this up. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, that was way low. Way low. Discover. Down to 9 million. 200 is just starting there. That's what that is. That's not me. That is the program just now beginning to see enough data to qualify a 200. We got one here, HMPQ. This is Hemp America. Growing. Big pop here. That's what stands out, really. You got one big pop with a lot of volume. Not a big jump in price. Just a lot of people trading. A lot of volume got traded there. There's a push up here. I don't see a big surge coming out of this. I don't think it's used to having big bounces. No. Let me see. From 2 to 16. Actually, that's 40%. That's a 40% drop or bounce. So, just so we can learn, because small prices move small distance. See, it's close to the 1 again. You go from 1 to 2, it looks on the chart as 100% gain, and it only moved that much. Then you look at this other one that's at $1.30, and it's had 30% gain and moved that far. So these little tiny movements pay a lot of money from the 1. The closer you get to the 1, the less movement it takes. So I'm going to throw this one up there just because it's in the right category. It's right about the right price. It's at 002. All right, back to here, and let's get the last few of them done. 8 million shares. And we haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of fire. And we virtually, all right, I'm going to say we've probably gone through maybe 1,000 different companies. Believe it or not. That shows some strength. Nothing promising, though. 6 million shares. Countdown. Wow. Now, okay. What do we got here? Sun Hydrogen. Okay, the other day we had the other hydrogen company that took a jump. Yeah, we did. It was a big jump. I forget what that was called. I don't think it was this company. Let's see. Maybe it was because we drew our line here. I don't know. Oh, yeah, maybe that jump right there. Maybe that jump right there. But we got another one here with large volume on a large green bar. That's what you want to see. That means there was a lot of trades. Unless one person came in and bought all 262,000 shares at a nickel. So we've got a strong kick up here. It's been down for a long time underneath the signal line red. And it's just popped its head up into the green with power to spare. Okay, I'm throwing that up there. Goodness gracious. Far too many. All right, hemp, another hemp company, and that is just about 60. 5 million shares. That one's at 61. Another one that's been growing. Not a lot of trading on it, but the trading has been good trading. It's been moving. This is like every 15 minutes, right? Every 15 minutes you get a sale. And it's still pushing up. Everything is still pushing up. So that's IDVV. And that's at just over 3 cents. I don't think we're going to find any more, folks. And if we do, there's just not enough volume to make it worth our while. Nah. No, we're down to 4 million shares there. Wow. A lot of aftermarket activity there, huh? Go check your news on ADXS. Advexis. Something's going on. Something's going on. All right, folks. That is it. Huge list. Let me move over here. There you go. Huge list. But, well, there's a lot of interesting ones in there. Really are. And I'm going to be watching some of those. Most of those aren't really for true Momo plays, but they do look interesting. They could have some serious pops. And you did see other ones in there that are ready to turn around. They may not be Momo plays, but hey, since we see them, why not pay attention to them, right? I do more than just my morning play. I'm looking for stuff all the time in every corner of the room. And I live in a round room. That's a lot of work. Remember, folks, look everywhere. Get as much information as you can. I try to put as much into these as I can without overwhelming you and making them too long. Hope something helps. You know what I say. The more you know, hot damn, the more you grow. See ya, folks.